You know that my problems with the Galaxy S24 FE had nothing to do with the hardware or software of the phone itself. It had everything to do with the price, because at $650, that just didn't make any sense to me, because you had so many competitors at a lower price range, like the OnePlus 12R, like the Google Pixel 8a. They were doing a lot of similar things for that $150 less. But also on the upside, if you went $50 more, you could pick yourself up a regular S24, or even, I think at the time there were sales running, you could pick yourself up an S24 Plus, both objectively better devices than the S24 FE. So it just didn't really make sense. Carrier deals helped that a little bit, but still. Now, Black Friday sales come along, holiday sales come along, and we have ourselves what seems like a solution, probably a temporary solution if it's anything like last year, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but you could pick yourself up right now, link in the description, does help the channel, a Galaxy S24 FE for $475. Yes, that is the 128 gig model. You can get the 256 gig model. I think it's like $550 or something like that, but let me tell you something. If you're using cloud storage, if everything like that, get yourself one of these for $475, and you are absolutely winning, because everything about this phone is really good sub $500. It quickly goes to the head of the line when we're talking about mid-range deals and mid-range value. So let's talk about that. Display. Phenomenal, gorgeous display. For my money, the best display that Samsung has shipped this year. Vibrant, saturated, bright. Overall, excellent experience. The kind of natural tones that Samsung was going for earlier in the year with the S24 Ultra, the A55, have gone away, and they've gone back to their roots, if you will, by giving us a really nice display with the vibrancy and saturation. And if you're somebody that needs the natural tones, that's fine too. You could go into the settings and turn it back to natural, and it'll work. It actually works well. It kind of tones the experience down a little bit, so you don't have those bright colors. 8 gigs of RAM. The Exynos, look, I'm sorry, Exynos haters, you can no longer dismiss this device just because of the Exynos. The Exynos 2400E turned out to be an excellent little chipset. Really nice performance overall, better gaming performance than I thought, not the overheating that had plagued a lot of previous Exynos devices. So if that's something, if you were somebody that just reflexively, like if you see an Exynos as a chipset, you're like, oh, SoC Exynos, you throw it away, you don't even bother with it. You can't do that anymore. And you certainly can't do it with the S24 FE. Because the Genshin Impact was getting higher settings than I would have thought. Pokemon Go runs smoothly. The entire, never any slowdowns with Instagram or X or Facebook. Completely smooth UI experience. It's a nice, power efficient chipset. You got the vapor chamber in there. A lot of things going for the 2400E in the S24 FE. You got to give me a little bit of credit for getting those straight just there. But really nice overall performance. So I'm happy with that, especially when you're talking $475. Cameras, improved. The S23 FE cameras, didn't like them, little drab, had trouble focusing. I just wasn't a huge fan of it, just a little softer, the details weren't quite there. Not those problems with the S24 FE camera. Is it a pixel camera? No. But I do like the saturation a little bit better. I like how AI is fixed. Now, this is where AI is going to come in, right? Well, I was annoyed initially about AI with this phone because it wasn't worth the extra $150 that Samsung was charging us. So they got up on stage and was, oh, it's AI for everybody. It's Galaxy AI, and it's like the cheapest price point for full-on Galaxy AI. I don't care. However, at $475, then those things that might seem like a sideshow all of a sudden become pretty big deals. So now, the photo assist on here, really nice. I like what it does. Whatever it is, the cameras are improved on the S24 FE for 2024. So that's a nice experience overall. Battery life is better, a full hour and a half better screen on time than last year. You get DeX. You get 7 years, 7 generations, I should say, of software support. So when you start kind of adding all that up, nice big display this year. I love the way that Samsung has kind of molded the aluminum frame around the back, so it's got that flat edge. But unlike a lot of the phones, even last year's S23 FE, it was flat as well, but you had kind of there was a sharpness to it on the back there. You don't have that with this year's model. The aluminum's kind of molded around the back. It feels really nice in the hand, just a premium feel. Gorilla Glass Victus, front and back. It doesn't take a lot to start getting back to $475 worth of value. This phone does it, I think, and then some. So while I have all those reservations, or I had, I should say, all those reservations about this phone at $650, because I think it really just priced itself out of the market that it should have been in. $500 or $475, even better. is a really nice price point for this phone as the sweet spot, and probably where it should have been from the beginning. Which brings me back to the sales now. If you remember last year, the S23 FE did go on sale for Black Friday, $400. It was nice. I was like, wow, this is pretty good. Made the video last year. Hey, this is the phone you should be buying. This is a really good value, $400. But in the back of my mind, there was not a lot of, wasn't a sense of urgency there. Because I always felt that that would be the new benchmark for that phone. Like we've seen with previous models with Pixel and stuff like that. That would be the new benchmark for the phone. Yes, okay, it would go back up to $600 for the holiday season, for Christmas or something like that, but early the next year, you'd see it at $400, and that's kind of where it would live. Didn't happen. Black Friday was it as far as sales on the S23 FE were concerned. So don't make that mistake this year. If you're interested in this phone, go out, buy it on Black Friday. Don't think that it's going to go on sale now or that'll be the new MSRP, and it's not going to happen. Now, whether that's because of the carrier stuff that we talked about, how they have to keep the prices kind of artificially high so they could offer those fantastic carrier deals, or what seem like fantastic carrier deals. You're paying a few bucks a month. They're like, great. Oh man, what a discount on the $20 I normally would be paying. Well, if the phone's $350, $400, $450, those discounts don't seem as attractive anymore. It doesn't make sense. You're like, well, yeah, okay, of course it's, however many dollars a month, and then I'm paying that huge cell phone bill on top of it. So there's a lot of moving parts there when it comes to carriers and these MSRPs that are held. So if you're interested in the S24 FE, which I think you should be, if you're somebody that held off, if you're somebody that you look at the A55, it's just not enough power for you. If you look at something, if you don't want to spend that extra money on an S24 or an S24 Plus, you don't feel comfortable with that, you're not a Pixel fan, you don't like the software support or the fit and finish of the OnePlus 12R, those are all things I can understand. So this device, while it was a tougher pill to swallow at $650, recommending it over those other ones, but at $475, well, now this becomes a really, really nice device because you get that premium build, you get the fantastic display, you get the really good performance, the battery life, the gaming performance, which is improved this year, the better camera, Galaxy AI, 7 years of software support, and you get the picture in a hurry. So if you're somebody who's held off in the past, you're like, I'm going to wait for a sale, or it'll go on sale again. I don't have to worry about it. $450 or $475, that doesn't impress me. I'll get it on sale. It'll be on sale again for Christmas 2 weeks later. The price will go up, and 2 weeks later it'll be on sale again. I don't think so. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But if it's anything like last year, I thought the same thing. I said, boy, this thing has gone down to $400. What a deal. This is going to be one of the best deals going into next year. It'll be like, remember the Pixel 6a when that thing went to $300 for a while and it was brand new for $300? And what a deal that was for a long time, and a really great little phone. I thought that the S23 FE was going to be like that. Nope. Nope. Went right back up to $600 and didn't come back down. Same thing I think here. This is going back up to $650. So if you want it, link in the description. Like I said, it does help the channel. Pick one of these up for $475, and I think you're going to be more than pleased. If you have one, leave a comment down below. Let people know. Like, give people that confidence. You always have to have like a meeting, like a little support group where you're like, former Exynos haters, where you can have like this roundtable discussion of people just saying, oh, I used the 1480. It was pretty good in the Galaxy A55. Oh, I used the 2400E in the Galaxy S24 FE. It's pretty good. Maybe I don't have to hate Exynos anymore. Maybe some of these chipsets, maybe there's something to some of these newer Exynos chipsets. I hope so. I hope it continues because they've been pretty good. The old thing used to be power overheating and nothing like that on the 2400E and the S24 FE. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.